Thank you, Madam. I must apologize. I left on an urgent matter, and I thank you for accommodating me on this, raising this urgent question. The urgent question is seeking the assistance of government, if they could, with the recent, yesterday's briefing conducted by the Minister for Agriculture of the weather problem that will encounter Fiji for some while, that water is one of the major requirements for human. And in cases we save water, and also to assist the government that by producing water on a daily basis, can subsidy be given to 5,000 litre water tank, so that it can assist the people of Fiji in areas that are going to be affected to buy their own, at least with a reasonable cost. That is all the request that we are submitting.
Thank you. Please, which minister are you directing the question
The Minister
to?
for Agriculture.
Thank you. I give the floor to the Honourable Minister for Agriculture.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There are two options that people who are affected can refer their needs to. One is through, as I did explain yesterday, to the Ministry for Infrastructure. These are the reticulated areas. And the other avenue that is available to our people is to the commissioners, where they have the divisional task forces for non-reticulated areas, including the outer islands as well. The assistance that government is providing at this stage is we are only strategically positioning tanks in areas which are already affected, so that people can get the water whenever they are needed. That applies for both non-reticulated areas to the commissioners, and of course in the reticulated areas through the Water Authority of Fiji. As I did explain yesterday, the integrated divisional task forces has all the agencies involved. And secondly, Madam Speaker, in response to the question by the Honourable Member, I did state yesterday that funding is already available with the divisional commissioners, but I must state that that funding is for the purchasing of tanks for the immediate needs. However, in the long term, Madam Speaker, probably it will end up in Parliament soon, and probably that will be a matter of policy. We at this stage are working on a paper on a rainwater harvesting policy. In Fiji, we have an abundance of rainfall, but when it comes to prolonged dry spells, unfortunately, we have no water as well. We are experiencing rain during the rainy seasons, but we are not capturing the rainfall. And that is why the need for a rainwater harvesting policy, and probably, to answer the Honourable Member's question this morning, that probably can be an avenue where government can consider providing some assistance, so that people can also have additional tanks so that they can meet their needs. But in the meantime, because of resources and because of the urgent needs, government is only providing tanks, and everybody can just come to the water point and get their needs. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Supplementary question.
I thank the Minister for being proactive, as I commented on yesterday. But Madam Speaker, just on this emergency thing, Madam Speaker, I just forgot to mention yesterday that fire can be a major issue with the drought. California today, with a prolonged drought, is fighting fire across the state of California. It's becoming a major issue. And coming from the West, I just wish that there could be some preparation for firefighting within our people, within the local areas. And this could also be the water catchment area to have water for this. I just thought I'd throw that in, because firefighting could be a major issue with if the drought becomes severe as we expect. Thank you.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Firefighting within the municipal boundaries comes under the Minister for Infrastructure and Utilities. However, we also have volunteer groups within the local communities. But in terms of water points, I must again assure our people that within the municipal boundaries, there are specific fire hydrants allocated only for the National Fire Authority. It's not available for the public to use. Those are dedicated fire hydrants for National Fire Authority. In the rural areas, at this stage, we are mapping water points all over Fiji. We are doing it in the Ministry of Rural Development, and I'm sure they are doing it as well in Ministry for Infrastructure and Utilities, particularly with Water Authority, for two simple reasons, Madam Speaker. I did mention yesterday that we are bringing in new machines. We can go to any of these water points, regardless of the condition of the water. We can extract water out of the source, we can do the purification and deliver it straight to the people. We did this in Ra High School last year. From just a nearby creek, we pumped water out. That is for drinking purposes. But those same water sources can also be utilized for fire fighting purposes. And it's just a matter of sharing the information. But we are working towards that, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll give the floor also to the Honourable Minister for Local Government, Housing, Environment, Infrastructure and Transport for his input to that response.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to express the similar sentiment expressed by my colleague Minister. We have discussed this morning before we came to Parliament that as far as Water Authority is concerned, I have also directed Water Authority of Fiji to look into all the affected areas where we have got pipe water system. So all in all, what I can say is that the common machinery is in place, and as my colleague Minister has said, that if there is any difficulties in the rural and maritime, they can go and see the Commissioner because they have got a task force team set up. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. There being no other supplementary question, I would like to advise honourable members the fourth oral question by the Honourable Inia Seruiratu has been withdrawn.